What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Redemption 46 Studios. I'm Nick.
안녕, 로이입니다.
And I'm Curtis.
You know the vibes. Y'all seen the picture. Y'all seen the thumbnail. Y'all know why y'all here. BTS, My City, color coded. This is your first time on the channel. Become a real one. Hit that subscribe button. If you've been here for 20 videos and haven't subscribed, what the hell are you doing?
You're hurting Hyung's heart.
It hurts so bad. Like my friend Lo would always say, make sure y'all check out all the my best friend. Would always say, yeah. My brother.
Okay. That's
You should edit this and like, every week.
He's like, check out all our videos. It's like, oh no, we heard him. Also, make sure y'all jump on the Patreon. Almost all the stuff y'all asked for be on there. There's dance practices on there, guides on there, MMAs, mama performances, all the live versions. The live version of My City is gonna be on there. Rise of Bangtan, Run BTS, In the Soup, American Hustle Life coming soon. The Gym in Effect video is on there. JK High Notes. We're gonna have the V videos in there.
We got stuff coming for YouTube too. We coming up with original content and more stuff. We just tinkering and working some things out right now.
But yeah, man, without further ado, let's jump into My City. I live in your heart.
It's the city of the flower, city of more. She get a lot fast at the western dorm. 어린 시절 나 키워낸 후곡학원 존. 세상에서 가장 좋아하는 곳. 작은 호시, 빌딩 곳곳. 한강보다 호수공원이 더 좋아. 난 작아도 훨씬 포근히 안아준다고. 넌 내가 나를 힘든 것 같아. 그곳에서 빛바래 오래된 날 찬. Remember 너의 냄새 또 everything. 너만 써봐 맞춰보지 in every spring. 자 부산의 바다에 say la 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 la. 하늘아래 disco line say la.
You're like, all right, I'm running this. J.O. Like crazy. Wait, somebody. Woo! Background. about to say, we're gonna sprinkle some more V in here. I left that shit off, V. Let these haters know.
Welcome to the back.
Yeah, that was a beautiful way to just come on the track, Cookie. I'm a sucker for those Carlos Santana-esque, like that. So like this song is vibey as shit. It sound like tour guides need to be playing this.
Yep. Right. I was gonna say this gives me the production. It reminds me of like quirky mid 2000s movies, like somebody traveling on a bike trying to get somewhere by like 3 o'clock. I gotta reach this deadline. I gotta get there, or something like that. Like quirky mid 2000s movie. That's what the production kind of gave me. I definitely like how they repping where they're from and everything like that. Like RM said, he's from Ilsan, which I'm not mistaken is right outside of Seoul. It's not like directly in Seoul. It's like right outside of Seoul. Jimin and Cookie are from Busan. Tae and Suga are from Daegu. J-Hope is from Gwangju, like you said. And I think Jen is from Seoul as well. So
the nice part I heard.
Real nice. Soccer Jim been living in LA. But nah, man, that's cool. It's always great to see them rep the city. I remember it reminds me of the Saturi dialect song or the Padogasan, yeah, song that we reacted to not too long ago.
That's my shit.
About them repping, you know, where they're from and everything like that. I actually expected this to be more of a rap like beat. I expected this to be more closer to like Bapse.
Okay.
As opposed to this, just because knowing their knowledge of hip hop and knowing like how adamant they are about repping where they're from and how deep, you know, being from the different provinces and everything like that is to them, as it is with anyone, but specifically with them, that's a very big thing. So I expected a little bit of a different song. Like I said, the production just reminds me like quirky 2000s upbeat, kind of like cafe or like you said, tour guide. You know those double-decker buses, tour guides, like those kind of things. Like you want one of those, just oh wow, we're seeing the whole city. Like you could a montage of the Liberty Bell, Kelly Drive, City Hall, and you know Columbus and everything like that. In our city would be just breezing through, and the link and stuff like that. So that's kind of the vibes I got. I'm gonna look again because I saw them say Ajishi, Ajima, you know, throw your hands up, you know, everything like that. So that was pretty interesting. But yeah, I'll let y'all get some clips up. I'm gonna look at the lyrics a little bit more now.
Yeah, what was interesting too was like halfway through the video, I thought Erm was about to be on the verse again. I was about to say, well, damn, bro, eating, because he had a full 16, like, you know what I mean, to himself on the first verse, and then I thought he was gonna kind of lead off the second verse again, but I think that was either the pre-chorus or like something he was on, well, post-chorus, and then it jumped into like Hope John. Hope changed the whole kind of tempo up a little bit, and I like that. Suge fucking
he
carried.
Got a different part of the beat, and I'm gonna let you get your part because I got something to say about that too. Suge funny.
Yeah, it happens often. If you're talking about when it does those certain switch ups, it even started doing the tempo rise, like the ning ning.
What I was gonna say is knowing that Suge is like a producer. If you notice, a lot of producer rappers have impeccable flows, timing, cadence, and their voices are like always into the beat perfect.
They know the beat better than
Manny
anybody.
Fresh, Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre has one of the greatest rap voices ever.
Honestly.
And it's very underrated. It's just because people don't look at him that much for his rapping. But he has like one of the greatest rap voices in my opinion. And I feel like that's all due to him being a producer and arranger, composer, and just knowing how the song works and knowing what parts to kind of jump in there.
Reverse engineer it.
Exactly. Yeah. You know how to make it musical with your rap and everything like that. And all that to say, Suga does that a lot with BTS. So a lot of time he'll get in and kind of take beats where I don't expect him to go. And that's one of the, obviously Hope is my bias just because I feel like his presence is so much more. RM is more of the lyrics and everything like that. And sometimes his flow and presence, he'll do all three. But Suga definitely has like a natural kind of the most musical ability on a track and everything like that. And like I said, I think that's all due to him being behind the boards a lot of the time and everything like that.
Yeah, this is P Dog produced this, but it's funny for songwriters. Hitman Bang is one of the songwriters on here. P Dog, RM, Sugar, and J Hope.
That makes sense.
So like that's interesting. And then Lotus Sizzle on The Most Beautiful Moment of Life.
Yeah, this is on there. Like I said, this Wayland 52. I haven't listened to a couple songs. Like
those are a couple. The Wayland 52. I'm interested in listening to kind of next, and there's a couple other Jones off there that I haven't listened to that I'm kind of.
This is like 1 out of 4 or 5 songs I haven't listened to yet from Young Young. So, but the last part to wrap my part up, because that's the last thing I'll have to say is. My favorite line from this is Sugar saying, "I'm from Daegu, it's nothing really to brag about being there." Although I read up on it, they do have like a pretty rich history. But he was like, "It's nothing to brag about from being here, but I'm the pride of my city." Ha ha ha. You know, I thought that was kind of dope just saying that, because although they're all happy and proud of where they're from, to say something like that is just kind of like tongue in cheek, I feel like. But at the same time, it's just. You know how Sugar is. He's the rebel with a cause. So he's gonna get his off. I like that. So shout out to Yoongi.
Yeah, and as far as like download, I'm not sure if this is quite a download for me. This definitely is one of those songs where I feel like if it's on, it's on. I wouldn't like change it or anything. I love everything about it. I love the production. I'm real big on anybody kind of loving where you're from and repping like your city and everything like that. So all the lyrics and everything resonate very well with me. Just one of those things where this is kind of more of a vibe than anything too. Like you said, I think you said cafe at one point. Definitely some good cafe music. But I like this a lot, man. Trey, how you feel about it?
I thought this was really cool. Like, definitely starting it off at Cookie's high note or whatever. Everything that he was saying in the beginning, that was just so beautiful, and definitely caught me off guard. Like, because I expected that to be something perhaps later in the track, but it just that was definitely like something that caught my attention and kept it there for a while. It definitely feels like it's in the vein of one of their older albums, given that the rappers all have 16s and stuff like that within it, and some other things that I'll go into in just a sec, but. I will say everything that was going on within the actual verse structure of everything. I love a lot of what RM was saying, especially like he had one line where he was like basically city of flowers, city of Mon. But I thought that was interesting in the sense that the nickname is Ratmon back then, so I don't know if that was a tie to that or if Mon is perhaps something in Hangul or something that I don't quite understand yet. But I thought that was really cool if he was saying it's the city of this, but it's the city of me, basically. Real me, kind of as he later took the name and everything. So I thought nonetheless that was really beautifully done. And then towards the end of his verse, I like how he basically said, through all this that's going on, the summer, the winter, fall, spring, like that's what you are to me. Like you're my city, basically. But I don't know if, as far as geographic-wise, where his city is and if they experience all 4 seasons or if they don't, and then he's saying that you represent that to me. I just find that the nature, poetry aspects.
Whose city you said?
Ratmon's, RM's.
Seoul is like right northwest, northwestern Korea.
They catch everything.
Yeah, they're like right there. They're not even too far from the DMZ, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Nonetheless, I just thought that was really poetic wordplay as well. And I love the way, obviously the way he sets it off was amazing for sure. I love everything when J-Hope came on the beat, definitely like his flow and everything, and just he felt like he had that, I don't want to say like, I'm trying to think of how to word it. Not necessarily like that hip hop presence, but just that like crowd engaging like enthusiasm.
Definitely.
The energy definitely spiked up a little bit, and it was a little more.
He comes on the track with like such energy.
The presence,
that presence. And mind you, if this is one of the older tracks, I mean, he's not a rapper trained, that was something that he kind of had to learn. So just the presence that he has for having relatively little experience compared to the others in the rap line, his presence is always felt on a track, and that's something I always respect.
November 30th, 2015.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah. So 7 years. Well, yeah,
Just
almost
some
7.
context. But also the thing I loved in Hope's verse too, that one of the things he said basically, even if my small footsteps will become the summit, and he referenced a mountain later in there. I don't know if that's a specific mountain that's within his city, but that wordplay, if he's attributing his journey to becoming a singer to the small footsteps to the zenith of a mountain, with the mountain, you know, within his city or whatever, I thought that was incredible wordplay. For sure. And again, his flow and his presence on the track is just ridiculous. And then when you got into Suge's verse, the thing I definitely loved about Suge's verse for sure too.
Shit, my fault.
Nah, you're good. He had the he definitely had that aggression, like that chip on his shoulder sort of feel to him. And the funny thing about that is, I love how he started it with the basically, if they're like being from here, even a blood transfusion is like something that I
my
guess
blood runs blue. Can't get a blood transfusion here. Yeah,
blood runs blue. Blue could be perhaps, you know, depression, something like that. You know, the color theory and stuff like that. But I think it was interesting. He basically said there's not even blood transfusions here, seemingly. So I imagine it's like one of the more I don't want to say rundown areas or anything like that, but probably like a harder place to grow up in geographically in that area. But I think
it's actually pretty beautiful. That's what's crazy about it. It's a pretty like Daegu is actually one of the more beautiful provinces that they have there.
I just always assume.
I mean, everywhere got a ghetto.
So they might show you Philly and they'll show you Center City, and then I just look at shit like that.
No, yeah, that's exactly what I mean. Whatever area he grew up in, like specifically within there. But I thought it was interesting that he kind of used that as basically, listen, there's nothing much to brag about from being from here. The fact that I'm even from here and here, like where we are now, is enough to be the pride of my city for past, present, and future. So just embodying that. But it also felt like he was answering some haters in the sense of like, why is that kid always like talk about like he's from Daegu or whatever, correct my poor pronunciation. But basically, why does this kid seemingly always brag about this area? It felt like he was really calling someone out and saying, this is why I brag from there. So just answering the haters and all that stuff. The lyricism within it, each of their verses, I definitely loved as well. And just to wrap my point up together, I don't know it's necessarily a download for me, but I do definitely enjoy hearing it, at least on the first one. It might be something that, you know, gets further listens to from me, that grows on me a lot more. But one thing I will say, too, as far as the production, there was a lot of elements within the production, and for a minute I was kind of thinking it might have been a little overproduced, but in the sense that when I take the message into consideration of being from your city, I wouldn't be shocked if they pulled all these elements that are specifically, you know, culturally significant in some way and made that part of the heartbeat of the song, if you will. And if that was their intent indeed, then I absolutely, you know, respect that and can completely understand why. Overall, though, very solid song.
Well, one thing I was gonna say, Daegu is actually, remember Lovecraft Country? Of course we do. When he was when Tick was over there, that's where he was at. He was over in Daegu. Okay. Daegu, yeah, like I said, Daegu is the third largest city, like you know, over in SK after Seoul and Busan. Right. So,
I assume it's like a Philly thing, like Nick said.
Yeah, definitely.
You have your center city moments, and then you have kind of, you know.
And I'm pretty sure it's like I said, they very like proud of where they're from. So I'm pretty sure it's like a regional thing. People from Seoul being the most popular one, and you know that everyone knows and all this stuff like that. I'm pretty sure it's a thing. People from Seoul probably, oh, you from Daegu, fucking Daegu, you know, something like that. But the funniest thing of all,
they reference the 7 provinces or the 8 provinces or something like that. So I don't know if that was to say everyone kind of like having their pride for where
Daegu is from the Yeongnam province, or Yeongnam region rather. So it's pretty dope. But the funniest thing of all of this is Suga saying, "I'm the pride of it. I'm the, you know, like kind of like I'm the most important person born from Daegu." Tay's just like, the fuck? Like, oh yeah, fuck me, right? But nah, this is cool. Like it's
he probably sent back like, nah, talking shit, King.
Go ahead, Young, talking shit. Yeah, but and it kind of explains like the closeness between those two. I wouldn't say that's V's like favorite or anything, but
someone that you can latch onto because you have similar.
Y'all have that similar background and everything like that. Obviously, we know Jimin and JK. They kind of like well, V and Jimin went to school together too, so people move around a lot and everything like that. Because as big as like the Korean Peninsula is, like I want to say like it's probably like the size of Jersey.
Yep.
So you know.
And it's one of those things where even if something is big, it may be small. Like I said, we live in Philly. It's at this point a top 6 largest city in the United States of America. Someone else might look and just be like, oh my God, it's 2 million people there or
Someone from Dallas or Houston will come here and be like, man, we crossed y'all city fast as hell.
Yeah.
But it's like, bro, we got pretty much just as much people as you are, not that far off and everything like that.
Or just like someone in let me use like Chicago, Phoenix,
definitely
and all
Chicago.
those places. Those are places too where the city is huge, but everybody feels like they kind of still know each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And to piggyback on some of the stuff you said, at one point I forget, I did thought the beat was a little overproduced or it got loud because I was trying to grasp to hear. I'm trying to think of who it was. It might have been like RM's second joint or something. I'm just like, okay, where is he at? This beat is getting a little loud, but it worked itself out. The sugar chip on the shoulder thing, I love when he raps like that. He kind of does like I call it like the rap. Like where
me
it's
on
like,
my billboard, me on that worldwide,
you know,
me on that
I'm killing it.
all
Like, you know what I mean? Like it's just
kind of ironic too, in the chip on the shoulder thing. With this being around the time, you know, he would have still been dealing with those
with the
issues.
shoulder injury.
Yep.
But I'm saying like that literal chip on the shoulder, but that aggression.
I just think that's naturally him.
No, it is.
He
it
definitely
is,
just strikes me as the chip on the shoulder guy and everything like that. This is whole aura, like how he sits and
I love that.
carries himself. Yeah,
It's like somebody
you gotta have that guy in the group. And this is something I was thinking
I do
about.
think there's 1,000% of distinction between how he is on a beat and how he is outside of it. Because musically, you know, there's people who are in game mode, and then you know they're removed from that. They're because we've seen the run episodes even early on, like the early ones and everything. So I mean,
I just think Sugar's always on his like own wavelength, moving at his pace and everything like that. And initially, when I was
his
grasping,
humor and sarcasm can be dry, but in like funny ways.
definitely more so. I was just like trying to grasp everyone's appeal in the group. Obviously, V's the visual, the pretty boy, and everything like that. RM's the leader. Jimin's the performer. JK's the maknae, the dancer. J-Hope the presence. Jin is funny. Sugar gives me the bad boy, the rebel with the cause.
You thought he was the Raphael of the group?
Yeah, that's Sugar. And I was just like, what's everyone's appeal? Because when you see people like, yo, Yoongi, marry me, Yoongi, marry. I'm like, well, what is it? You know, that grasses, especially with so many like high performance guys in this group and everything like that. But I get it, and I see it. Like I said,
I love it, man. He always got like his hat on.
Every group got to have that,
and then having his hat on and just be on his own shit. I like that.
He's the rebel. He's the bad boy, and it's not forced. I like that it's really him. He's caring, of course, with his guys, but look, I'm in Yoongi, bro. Like in every verse, all the verses that I like the most from him, which are Mic Drop, what's No More Dream, what's the other one? Dang,
Dang.
Just all of those. I love that energy from him. I love that he's that guy that I get that energy from, and it's naturally him. It's not forced. A lot of times when you get rappers, people feel like they have to be like fake tough or they have to put on a front and everything.
Sugar Shuffle.
Sugar is real. Yeah, exactly. The Sugar Shuffle.
Sugar Shuffle.
Yeah.
If you know, you know. Run BTS.
No, you know.
Just to wrap it up, we're going to get into the live after this. Love you guys.
I wasn't done.
Oh, my fault. That's for not calling me your brother. He's petty.
Nah, the only thing else I wanted to add was that I definitely like that ironically the runs that happened at the end. I'm gonna credit it to JK, even though it said he was singing at that point. I'm assuming he was doing that was him just ad-libbing. If not, I do want to say I sneakily thought that was Jimin on some hints because it seems like a mixture of different.
When we get into it live, we'll be able to kind of
see it because the color code is. And yes, y'all. Sometimes when the camera's off, or sometimes when you see cuts, we look at these joints multiple times. We all have our phones out to go through the lyrics, so we take all the lyrics with a grain of salt sometimes too, until we dive more into it and then jump into the lyrics video and everything else. So just kind of wanted to put that out there. Before we wrap up, make sure y'all jump on the Patreon because we about to go literally look at the live performance of this. Every color coded that you see on there, the live performance is on the Patreon. Dance practices, Rise of Bangtan, Run BTS, In the Soup, all that stuff is on there. And YouTube, do not worry. We will be sending y'all some love with YouTube exclusive videos this month with some live performances and some other stuff from BTS that y'all want. Give us some time. We love y'all to death, Army. We want to holla at y'all.
Love y'all.
Peace.